Students, happy and good morning to you all. May God's celestial bounty of health and protection cover us and keep us all safe and healthy. Thank God. I greet and welcome you all to the class on commercial applications. Students, you all need to continue to commit to do your good work. Thank you. Stay focused and grasp the concepts with first class fineness. Make sure you better write down the additional points and learn the points as I stress and repeat for your easy understanding. Thank you. The learning objectives for today's class are as follows. The first learning objective pertains to the previous chapter unit on joint Indo-family business, also called as Indo undivided family business. It is the previous chapter. And from the second learning objectives onwards, it is about the next and fresh chapter unit on partnership form of business organization. Learning objectives for the day are as follows. The first one, demerits or disadvantages of joint in the family business. There are 5 points, student. The second one, it's about the next chapter unit, ownership structures, partnership form of business organization, introduction. Then meaning of partnership, definitions of partnership. There are 3 definitions for you to know. According to Professor L.H. Haney, Indian Partnership Act and Indian Contract Act. Features of partnership, there are about 7 to 8 points, children. I have simplified it for you. And the next one is distinction between sole proprietorship and partnership, which is nothing but sole trading concern and partnership. There are 4 to 5 points, the main points, simplified for you. We'll take up the recapitulation and do the review exercise as we move on. Children, let us move on to the first learning objective. Demerits or the main disadvantages of joint Indo-family business. We are finished with the merits in the previous class. Now we'll take up the demerits. There are 5 demerits, children. The first one is limited capital. Second one is unlimited liability. Third is limited managerial ability. Fourth is responsibility not matched with rewards. Fifth one is source of conflicts and scope of misuse. The first one, limited capital. Children, you must know, please stay focused. Children, you must know, chances of expansion of business is very low because there is limited capital. Limited capital limits the scope of business. Please make a note here before I start. Chances of expansion of business is very low, and this limits the scope of business. Capital is limited only up to the resources of one family, and it is not sufficient to meet the business expansion. So it is about one family, and they cannot expand the business as they like because of limited capital. So what is capital? Capital is nothing but funds required along with assets and properties. Now, next, another point, please add on, children. Capital is brought through gift or inheritance subjects. Capital is brought through gifts or in hereditary or inheritance subject property. The size of business is small. Karta cannot go for large scale due to limited finance. So we must understand this, children. 2 points I added for you. Chances of expansion of business is very low as there's limited scope for business. Capital is brought through gifts or inherited property or subjects. So that is the main cause of limited capital. The second main drawback or demerits or disadvantages, unlimited liability. You can see a picture here, children. Unlimited liability. The liability of Karta is unlimited. The liability of Karta is unlimited. Karta is not only liable to the extent of his share in the business, but a separate property is equally attached to the debt of the firm. Please make a note, children. Karta's liability is unlimited. What is liability? Again and again, I'm telling you, children. Liability is nothing but responsibility, accountability towards company's debts, borrowings, or credit standing. So that responsibility, accountability of Karta is unlimited. Karta is not only liable to the extent of a share in the business, but his separate property is also attached to the debt of the firm. Please note here, children, if business suffers from losses, children, the losses can be recovered from the Karta's personal property. So that is the main drawback when it comes to Karta's professional role in the family, business, Indo undivided family. Again, I repeat, if business suffers from losses, then losses can be recovered from Karta's personal property. The third one, limited managerial ability. So you must understand this. What is managerial ability? Ability here is nothing but the skills and the talents, managerial skills and talents required to run the business. That is limited. All managerial functions are performed by Karta, single man, Karta. There is lack of specialization. Specialization is nothing but, children, please make a note here, becoming experts in a particular field of activity or professional management. There is lack. There is no specialization and there's no professional management activities carried on in joint in the family business. Limited managerial ability, also called as limited managerial skills and talents. The fourth one is responsibility not matched with rewards. Very important, children. Responsibility not matched with rewards. There's a mismatch. Please make a note here. There's mismatch of responsibility and reward. Mismatch of responsibility and reward. Karta do not receive extra reward for the extra work he does. So you must understand that. Karta does not receive extra reward for his extra work done. There is little incentive benefits for Karta to work hard. So that little incentive for Karta to work hard shows that there is no match between responsibility and rewards, as it is in the case of Karta. The next one is source of conflict and scope of misuse. Two things are put together, negative points. Please, please make a note, children, before we start this. Absolute dominance of Karta causes conflicts among Hindu undivided family. Absolute dominance, absolute control. So suspicions and conflicts arise because Karta alone knows all the trade secrets. So there is internal disputes. Children, make a note here. There is internal disputes or disagreements. Conflicts can rise from opposite ideas or conflicting ideas. Karta has complete control in the family. He may misuse authority of personal gains. So that is also the main point, children. So there are five drawbacks which you have seen: limited capital, unlimited liability, limited managerial ability, responsibility not matching with rewards, source of conflict, and scope of misuse. There are five disadvantages or demerits. This ends with a chapter on joint in the family business, also called as Hindu undivided family business. Students, now we move on to the next chapter unit of ownership structure, nothing but partnership form. Children, you must stay focused. I'm going a little slow so that you can understand each and every concept easily. Now we move on to the next chapter unit on ownership structure. Different one, partnership form of business organization. Partnership. So you must understand this, children. I've given a caption here which says, two heads are better than one for taking right business decisions. Two heads, that means more than two people. When they join together, associate together, they combine together, they are better than one person for taking right business decisions. So before I start the textual introduction, children, let me give you a brief but important points for introduction on partnership firms. Students, please make a note before I start with this. Let me tell you this. Partnership have been used for many centuries, children, controlled by common law. So I'm just giving a brief history of partnership. Partnership have been used for many centuries, controlled by common law. And partnership is an ancient form of business, children, enterprise, as far as 2300 BC. With the code, you must be remembering the code of King Hammurabi. Code of King Hammurabi is very popular, children. He is the sixth king of Babylonian dynasty, which had about 282 laws, LAWS laws. So the code of King Hammurabi, you must understand Babylonian, that Nebuchadnezzar and all those great kings in the world history we talk about. Hammurabi, King Hammurabi is the sixth king of the Babylonian dynasty. His code of is taken in relation to partnership firm. Partnership is an ancient form of business enterprise as far as 2300 BC, with the code of King Hammurabi, sixth king of Babylonian dynasty, which had about 282 laws, LAWS laws, mainly of commercial establishments and so on. Partnership was an important part of even Roman law. So partnership was an important part of even Roman law. Then in 19th century in England and USA, partnership was popular business. In 19th century in England and USA, partnership was popular business. According to Indian Partnership Act of 1932, children, based on English Partnership Act of 1890, so our Partnership Act of 1932 is based on the English Partnership Act of 1890 and the American Partnership Act as well. According to this, partnership is a relation between persons who have agreed to share their profits of the business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. So this is a definition which you're going to study again and again and again. So in India, according to the Indian Contract Act, which is an act based on English Partnership Act of 1890 and the American Partnership Act, gives us the meaning of the word partnership for us. Please understand this, children. Partnership agreement is entered between persons of age of maturity with sound mind who are competent to contract. Individual, firms, Hindu undivided family, company, trustees are nothing but private religious trusts, can enter into partnership also, in order to overcome the main drawbacks of limited capital and managerial ability of sole trading business as well as Hindu undivided family. You must understand partnership came into existence and attained popularity. The main essentials of partnership, children, before we understand, you must know first is agreement, sharing of profits, business, relation between partners, all these kind of things will be taken up. So you must also understand partnership is crucial to the growth of the business ventures. You must understand any business venture. Merchants and traders from from long time back have made use of this principle of partnership, conduct the business, whatever business does, it is important to look for a right partnership. Partnership serves as an answer to the needs of greater capital investment, varied skills and also sharing of risks. So you must understand this, children. Let us move on to the textual partnership understanding. Please remember the code of King Hammurabi, which had 282 laws, mainly on commercial establishments. From there, United Kingdom got benefited. From there, America got benefited, and from these two countries, India also created or brought about an act called as Partnership Act and Indian Contract Act later. So you must understand this, children. Two heads are better than one for taking right business decisions. So ownership structures, chapter, partnership, form of business organization. Again, I repeat, two heads are better than one for taking right business decisions. Introduction. In order to overcome the main drawbacks of limited capital and limited managerial ability, skills, and talents, two things: limited capital and limited managerial ability, and to extend the size of business, the sole proprietor, converted his one-man business into partnership form of business. So you must understand there are two drawbacks. Which are the two drawbacks of sole proprietorship and even joint in the family business? Limited capital and limited managerial ability. These two drawbacks have been overcome by converting the sole trading concern into partnership firm of business organization. Persons who can contribute capital and managerial ability came together to form partnership were called partners. Now, who are partners? Persons who contributed capital, persons who contributed managerial ability, coming together to form partnership were called as partners. The partnership firm, partners collectively known as partnership firm, may carry on its business by all partners or any of them acting for all. This is a definition given by Indian Partnership Act of 1932. Typical definition. That means the partnership firm is nothing but partners collectively known as firm carrying on its business by all partners or any of them acting for all. The successful working of partnership firm depends on the mutual trust and confidence of its members. Children, please understand. Please make a note here. This meaning or introduction is derived from the definition given by the Indian Partnership Act of 1932. So, the terms and condition of partnership also mentioned in partnership deed are articles of partnership. So, all these are derived from three important acts: English Partnership Act of 1890, so 1890, American Partnership Act of 1997, and Indian Partnership Act of 1932, Section 4. So, Indian Partnership Act of 1932, Section 4 gives the actual meaning and definition of partners. So, what are the main things? In order to overcome the drawbacks of sole proprietorship and joint into family business, partnership came into existence. Which are the two factors which helped the conversion of sole proprietorship into partnership? Nothing but capital and managerial ability. So, what is partnership? Partnership firm is nothing but partners collectively coming together, carrying out business. Business is carried by all the partners or any one of them acting for all. The successful working of a partnership firm depends on mutual trust and confidence of its members called partners. Now let us move on to the meaning of partnership and the definitions. Definitions you're going to study only three, children, according to Professor L.H. Haney and the Indian Partnership Act of 1932 and Indian Contract Act of 1872. So it's very old. So which is old act, children? 1872 is old. That is Indian Contract Act of 1872, Partnership Act of 1932, and Professor L.H. Haney's definition. So let's move on to the first point, meaning of partnership. So please note down, children, I gave introduction how important is partnership in order to overcome and expand the business of sole proprietorship, and also to expand the business of joint into family business. Partnership came into existence. Meaning of partnership. In literal terms, partnership is nothing but association, collaboration, or alliance, people joining together. What is partnership, children? Earlier we have seen in introduction. Please make a note here. Partnership is nothing but relationship between two or more persons. Partnership is nothing but agreeing to share profits of the business. Partnership is also means that carrying on activities, operations by all or any one of them acting for all. So it is relationship, agreement, and carrying out the activities. So this is what these three important inputs make up partnership. Partnership is an association, a legal form of business organization of two or more persons who have agreed to carry on a business and to share its profits and losses as per the agreed terms. There's a ratio, so on which they're going to share the profits as well as the ratio of contribution towards the capital. So according to the contribution, ratio is derived. Please make a note here, children. Partnership is an association of two or more persons who have agreed to carry on a business and to share the profits and losses as per the agreed terms. Please make a note here. Persons who enter into partnership, please, I repeat, persons who enter into partnership with one another, and partners or persons who form partnership. This is also very important. Next, partners combine their finances and managerial abilities to carry on a business and its profits and losses. So partners combine their finance and this is what lacking in the sole trading and joint into family business. What is finance? Finance is also part of capital. So they combine the finance, they combine the managerial ability to carry on a business and its profit and loss. Partnership are governed by Indian Partnership Act of 1932. So this three important points you must remember to understand meaning of partnership. What is the meaning of partnership, children? It is nothing but a legal form of association where two or more people join together to carry on a business, share the profit and losses, and all, as per the agreed terms. They combine the finance and managerial ability and carry on the business and its profit and losses. Partnership was governed by Indian Partnership Act of 1932. So definitions. Definitions of partnership. There are only three definitions for you to know, children. So you must know. Please remember, according to Professor L.H. Haney, according to Indian Partnership Act of 1932, and according to the Indian Contract Act also of 1872. So let's go according. There are three points you must remember, children. What do Professor L.H. Haney say? According to Professor Haney, partnership may be defined as a relation existing between persons who agree to carry on a business in common view with a view to private gain. Please remember, partnership may be defined as a relation existing between persons who agree to carry on a business in common with a view to private gain. There are 3 points, children. Please make a note. Relation existing between persons agree to carry on business in common with a view to private gain. Same thing is repeated in other version of it. Please remember. According to Partnership Act of 1932, 3 points again. Partnership is a relation between persons who have agreed to share the profits of the business carried on by all or any one of them or any of them acting for all. This is what we are going to take. Among the three, this is important for you to understand. Right through the chapter, this has got relevance. Partnership according to Indian Partnership Act of 1932, Section 4. Partnership is a relation between persons who have agreed to share the profits of business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. The third definition is according to Indian Contract Act. Partnership according to Indian Contract Act of 1832, please make a note here, 1872. Partnership is a relation which exists, relationship which exists or subsists between persons who have agreed to combine their property, labor or skill in some business and to share the profits therefrom between them. So according to Contract Act, it's nothing but there's a relationship existing between persons who agree to combine their property, labor and skill, talents, managerial capacity in some business and to share the profits therefrom between them. So you must understand there are three definitions given, children. All the three definitions boils down to three important points, nothing but partnership. Please make a note. Partnership is a relationship between two or more persons. Partnership is a relationship between two or more persons. Partnership is nothing but agreement to share the profit or losses of the business as per the agreed terms. And partnership is nothing but carrying on activities by all the partners or any of the partners or any of them acting for all. These three important points you remember, children. So which are the three definitions which you should remember out of many given in your text? Only three definitions. According to Professor L. H. Haney, according to Indian Partnership Act of 1932, and also according to the Indian Contract Act of 1872. 3 points you should remember. Now next, we'll move on to the features of partnership. There are 8 points, children. At least you must know at least 5 or 6. 8 points. Please remember, children, we start with two or more persons, partnership agreement, lawful business, and goes on. So let's move on to features of partnership. The essential features of partnership are as follows. Essential, the main points. So, first of all, you remember, children, single person cannot enter into partnership with himself. There should be two or more persons. So, two or more persons is a very important caption. Two or more persons. Single person cannot enter into partnership with himself or herself. Two or more persons. So, what is two or more persons? Nothing but, according to Indian Partnership Act of 1932 says, associations of persons, two or more persons joining together, combined together, affiliating together, aligned together. So you must understand. There must be a minimum of two partners and a maximum of 10 in case of banking business and 20 in the other cases. In case of banking business, there must be 10. In case of other forms of big partnership firms, there should be 20. We start with 2, we end with 20. What is the limit for partnership, children? 20. 10 in case of banking and 20 in the other cases. If the number exceeds this limit, it becomes illegal association. Please remember, children, this rule, that means two partners minimum, maximum of 10 in banking and maximum of 20 in other cases, according to the Indian Companies Act of 1956. Please remember this, children. There's another act now. 4 Act I've been telling you. According to the Companies Act of 1956, it says that there must be a minimum of two partners, maximum of 10 in banking cases and 20 in other cases. If the number exceeds this limit, 20, it becomes illegal association. It becomes a kind of a crowd with no purpose in it. Partnership agreement, second one. So please remember, children, one point. Partnership does not arise from status or from operation of law. It doesn't come from status or operation of law. It is contractual. It is a relationship between persons. All that you must remember. So partnership agreement is nothing but contractual relationship between persons. Partnership is formed on the basis of contract between partners who are competent to contract. They must be of maturity age. They must have some competence. This is not from status. So it is against the status, but it's only a contract. The agreement may be written or oral, expressed or implied. The course of dealings must be expressed or implied, written or oral. I prefer written. Now it's all written, children. It contains the understanding of partners on various matters of running the partnership firm. Usual practice is to have a express agreement in writing. So the agreement may be written or oral, expressed, implied. What is implied? Implied is nothing but the usual course of the dealings or the transactions is called implied, usual course of transactions. It has to be written. It contains the understanding of partners on various matters of running the partnership firm. I told you the usual practice, please make a note, children. The usual practice is to have an express agreement in writing. The third one is lawful business. Children, make a note here. Lawful business. Illegal is not allowed. So business includes trade, occupations, or professions with numerous transactions. Please make a note, children. Business includes trade, transactions, occupation, professions with numerous transactions. The business of the firm should be legal, lawful, not illegal. Should be always correct according to the society's expectation. So the business of the firm should be legal and in accordance with government policy. Please make a note here, children. Business must be lawful and not illegal, immoral, or opposed to public policy. That should not happen. So anything which is opposed to public policy or immoral, will not be considered as business. Business should always be lawful according to law and order. Illegal acts such as theft, dacoity, smuggling, or robbery, smuggling, etc., cannot be called partnership. So you must understand, children. For example, acts like theft, dacoity, smuggling cannot be called as partnership. Next important thing, the fourth one is sharing of profits, unlimited liability. We got various features, children, mutual agency. Now we'll move on to sharing of profits. So The next one is sharing of profit. Profit is a very important word in business terms, children, business world. So profit motive is very important. Sharing of profit only is a prima facie evidence, children. Evidence that means a person may get a share in a profit, but he may not be a partner. Sometimes it's only a prima facie evidence of partnership. Profit is not the only thing, but the relationship agreement, contractual agreement is very important in partnership form of business organization. Please remember, children, please make a note here. Partnership must be there with the aim of earning profits. So the activities, the transactions, the partnership form of business organization must be taken up with the aim of earning profits, but no partnership without sharing of profits exists. That is also there. So profit motive is also there. Partnership runs with the aim of earning profits, and no partners without sharing of profits also exist. Partners may decide to divide the profits and losses of the firm in any ratio. I told you what is ratio. Ratio is nothing but as per the agreement. In case there's no agreement, children, it must be shared as per the Indian Partnership Act of 1932. So there must be an agreement. What is that agreement? What is the basis for the agreement? The basis for the agreement is according to the contribution towards the capital. The maybe let's say I contribute to, let's say, 1 lakh and somebody else contribute to 10 lakhs. So the ratio goes according to the contribution made by each and every partner, the member of the partnership firm. Partners may decide to divide the profits and losses of the firm in any ratio. So that also you must understand it. Where such agreement does not exist, the partners shall share the profit and loss equally according to Partnership Act of 1932. So I told you this already. In case there's no agreement, there is no ratio, they must go according to the rules of the Indian Partnership Act of 1932. 2 points under sharing of profits. Next is unlimited liability of the partners. Please continue, children. Unlimited liability of the partners. So even the private assets of the partners are liable for debts of the unlimited extent. That is it. Even I repeat, children, please make a note. Even the private assets, private property of the partners are liable for the debts. Will be taken into account. Will be attached to the debts of the firm of unlimited liability. So, what is unlimited liability of the partners? Please remember, children, partnership is based on the principle of unlimited liability. That you first write down. Partnership is based on the principle of unlimited liability. Partnership is based on the principle of unlimited liability. The liability of the partner for debts of the firm is unlimited and joint and several. Sometimes it can be combined, it can be individual. Several means individual. Personal property of partners is attached to the satisfy the claims of the creditors. That is also there. When there is a loss, when there is a kind of a credit problem, people have borrowed money and they're not able to pay for running the business. Personal property of the partners is attached to satisfy the claims of the creditors. Who are creditors? Creditors in simple terms are called as money lenders. So the company would have borrowed money. When the company owes money to somebody, those people are called as creditors. Partners have to bring necessary amount to pay the firm's debts in case the assets of the firm fall short. The firm's creditors, that who are creditors? Money lenders who have given money to the company. The firm's creditors may claim the debts from partners individually or collectively. That's what we're seeing, jointly or severally. What is severally? Individually. So, first of all, I told you, children, the liability of partners is unlimited. Partnership is based on the principle of unlimited liability. That means what? Partners must be ready to attach the personal property when it comes to problems of debts, and when the creditors claim for their money borrowed by the company, all that. So please make another note also, children. One more point I'll tell you for you to know. The liability of partners is joint or several or individual. So everybody is liable for debts of the firm. Every partner is liable for the debts of the firm. Next is mutual agency. You must understand the children. Mutual agency is nothing but there's a relation between principal and agent relationship. So who principal and agent relationship. So it is nothing but relation of agent and the principal. Every partner is both an agent. Please make a note, children. Every partner is both an agent as a principal. So what is agent and principal? I've been telling you. I'll tell you what is the meaning of principal. 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 Principal is nothing but a person having power over the others. Over the others means agent. So when the agent is controlled by somebody, and that somebody is called principal. A person having power over somebody, some other agent, is known as principal. And who is an agent? Agent is a person who works on behalf of the principal. So there is a relation. Mutual agency. So relation of agent and principal. Every partner is both agent as well as principal. Every partner is both agent as well as principal. Now, I'll tell you. Each partner is an agent of the firm and he can bind others, control others by his action with, within the limits of partnership agreement. So each one is acting for all and all of them acting for each other. So you must understand now that is according to the Partnership Act of 1932. So all acting for the company or any one of them acting for all is also allowed. So each partner is an agent of the firm and he can bind others by his action within the limits of partnership agreement. He, that means partner, is a principal in one case as well as the agent in the other case, acting on behalf of the other partners. What you know what's the meaning of principal, children? Principal is the person who is having power over the others. Who are the others? Agents. So who are the agents now? Agents are workers on working on behalf of the principal. Next one is no separate legal entity. What is entity, children? Existence. So there's no separate legal existence. That means what? In the eyes of law, please make a note, children. Please write it down quickly. In the eyes of law, partnership firm and its partners are regarded as one as the same. In the eyes of law, partnership firm and the partners are regarded as one and the same person. So you must understand this, children. Partnership firm has no separate existence than its partners. The law treats both the partners and the partnership firm as one. The firm is not separate entity from its partners. So you must understand this, children. Apart from the partners composing it, firm is not separate. In the eyes of law, please make a note here, children. It is the property of the partners, the employee of the partners, suit against the partners, and so on goes on. So, in the eyes of law, partnership firm and its partners are regarded as one and the same person. The next